morning, South Florida, and welcome to the breakfast at the Brooklyn Cafe TV.
Take a deep breath and a good whiff of that coffee brewing. Grab yourself some toast, a donut, or any breakfast as Dawn and Freddie get you up and ready for the rest of the day.
So call in at 888-565-1470 to share a tip of the day.
Or just to say good morning. Shake off your sleepies, buckle in, cause it's showtime!
And welcome to the Breakfast with the Brew Crew in-house. I hear there's a lot of noise going on. We got to get Pomp and Circumstances. You got to find it on YouTube. We'll do it at the midday show.
Yep, midday show.
Midday show. Wow, I see
Graduation
graduation
day in the house, Mr. Vinny Alves.
Is that his last? Is that his last name?
That's his last name. That's not his first name.
Alves?
Uh huh.
Really?
Yeah.
That's actually part of my last name. The last name is longer than that.
Really? So is your first name?
Don't worry about it.
So your last name is what? Alavacici Rabadici?
No, Alves dos Santos.
Are you Italian?
Partially.
And what's the other part?
Mostly Brazilian.
Wow. I'm part Brooklyn, part Bronx.
Did you undo your lobs?
I'm mostly...
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah. You're becoming me. We're talking to Vinny, and now you go over to Teddy. What, are you hanging out with me too long?
I had no idea that Teddy walked into the premises.
Yes, premises. So today's a big graduation day.
Yes, today is the day that the man graduates after 100 years of being in college. He finally is getting out.
Feels like eons.
Did you
It
bring
doesn't
your
it?
cap?
Doesn't it?
Eons.
I couldn't find my cap or gown. I hope they're not thrown out. That'll be the worst thing ever.
We won't throw you out.
We'll put a blue shower curtain on you.
We'll have to make one, like Arts and Crafts Day today.
No, we'll do a blue shower curtain
Yeah,
A
that'll
shower curtain. We'll get a paper plate. We're gonna
And a
make
toilet
the
hat.
whole
work.
thing.
I'm cool with that.
and a toilet paper hat.
Yeah.
Toilet
Arts
paper
and
hat.
Crafts 101 at the Brooklyn Cafe. You know, you gotta have some fun. It is like summer camp day to here at the show.
Holy smokes! Look at this. We got the trisector.
We got the crew back in house, so you're a little more calm and level-headed now.
Why am I calm and level-headed?
Well, yesterday was not so much.
No, I'm
People
good.
were missing us.
Yeah, yesterday I had a little problem. Why did we? Oh, we had a meeting
We're just in a
yesterday.
bad mood. Amy Rashevsky says, "Congratulations, Vinny."
Thank you. I'll give you my love. Thank you.
Everybody, you could. Well, don't call in because the girls are over here. They're not working the board. But you can write in and wish Vinny a congratulatory comment. Is that English?
Absolutely. So I have a present for you.
Well, hold on. I also want to acknowledge that his wingman also is living vicariously through Vinny, and he's celebrating also. He says, "We did it." He tells Vinny, "We did it." They just met 2 months ago. But we did it, Vinny!
I feel like they're graduating. Maybe we can, like, Studio B, they'll be graduating and moving on with honors from there as well today.
Well, I had a nightmare last night.
Great.
I was dreaming that Vinny was in the ring, and he was holding out like Rocky. He was holding up the gree, and he was telling Slick, we did it! That's a scary thought. You know, you wake up in a sweat, man. I was like, holy smokes.
You guys are funny.
At least I won, huh?
Hey, that's right. Hey, listen, it's an accomplishment every time you succeed at something in life. Can you imagine that people after all this, they go on to get PhDs, double masters, doctorates?
It's not worth it. I'm tired. I just want to go home.
I'm exhausted just thinking about it for you. Can you imagine, like, lawyers and doctors? And
Did it.
Oh, God, no.
The willpower
I can
and strength to
imagine.
go through with it, which I do not have.
No.
You just take them one day at a time like anything else. I mean, did you think it would take us, we would be here 4 years later?
I'm exhausted. I don't even get up
I'm
at
always
night.
exhausted, but seriously, I mean, think about that. This has been a whole graduate school process in and of itself is building this empire.
Now people are even writing into me, asking me about can we have interns? I said, go find them. I mean, hello. I mean, people I haven't heard from in years. All of a sudden, they're my friends.
Well, it's because we have a spectacular program. We've got an incredible crew. and we are celebrating graduation today.
So what's the gift?
I got a gift for you.
Val
Val knows what it is.
But I'm not the gifted
Well,
type
this
today.
is really
It's supposed to be
perfect for
Vinny.
you. I got it. Well, I had it was a tough decision to know who to buy this for.
Oh God.
However,
Is this
I
like
have
a
to
sexual
share
toy or
and share
something?
alike. No,
This better not be a Speedo, because if it is, I'm out of here.
I know.
I'm
All
telling
bets
you
are off
right
on
now.
What this is a speedo. That'd be kind of cool. We
No,
can
it
do that
won't be.
for
It won't be. You'll be wearing it. There you go.
We can do speedos for
One drop.
Yeah, one drop. We can do speedos for Halloween. You know that
No, we
dress up
can't.
holiday.
And
You
not
ready?
unless you're wearing it. You know what this is?
I have no idea.
Did you put?
Yes. Yes.
You have been dubbed and wanded. I knight you, Sir Freddie.
But this is
a
the
lot.
wrong finger.
That's the finger you get, my friend.
I see you.
Sir Freddie.
See you.
Steve-O,
Wow.
New York Sounds. Here is Freddie's new
Where did you
wand.
get this?
Oh, I do not reveal
This
my
looks like
trade
a
secrets.
Valerie. Valerie. Wait a minute. Hold on. a
Valerie,
second.
you're going to get blamed for this one.
Ugh. I kind of like this.
I thought you would.
You know, there was a friend of mine named Ruby D. He knows who he is because he watches. And I used to knight him, call Sir Stupidness, because he did the silliest things. He has shirts made up that says, "I am Sir Stupidness. I hang out
That's
with."
so nice, but
Oh my God, he was the most famous kid on the block.
that's pretty cool, though,
So what'd
isn't
you
it?
get?
It
You know
doesn't
what they
matter, I
say?
got it. It's for you.
Pull my finger.
He's such a guy. Are we going to play bang boy jokes today? Is that what this is? Guy joke day.
Yeah, but I look kind of girlish.
I didn't say you have to swing it around. You can do what you want to do with it.
I want to put this in a case.
Okay.
It's called Make-A-Wish case. Remember we talked about this? So when I take it out, I make a wish. Slick, you can use this on your show.
Vinny
This
might
is
use it
this is
today.
useful on every show, by the way. Just if you're gonna pick your nose, just sanitize it.
Where's Freddie's wand?
Where's Freddie's one?
I saw a video this morning, and it was a teacher doing a whole funny thing about children who wear their mask. There's the nose pickers, go up under the mask. There's the chewers who chew the mask. There's ones that take it off and make it a toy. There's the kids that cry with it and use it as a tissue. This is what it's going to be like when you go back to school with the mask.
Oh, I got news. They are reconsidering their judgment about opening schools. Everything's about to change again.
Broward County's closed until at least middle of October.
Yeah, but they're not going to open it up anymore skin to skin. And that's not going to happen. I mean, it's just a disaster with 200,000 cases. It's just a disaster.
Yeah, you know what I'm thinking as I'm talking to you? I'm thinking actually. So congratulations to my daughter. She finally got her official teaching certificate. That came yesterday. She said 4 years in the making and change of careers. You've been with me every step of the way. Remember that first phone call? Sarah Spiritual said you need to get home and reassess. And that was 4 years ago.
She didn't have her certificate all this time?
All this time.
So she didn't have it in Orlando either.
She wasn't a teacher in Orlando.
And now she is official.
Now she's an official teacher in state of Florida.
Wow.
So she says 4 years. Remember that first phone call? She was changing her careers, didn't know what to do, and Sarah Spiritual said, come home for a little bit and reassess. And 4 years later, and all her coursework, and now she's at a new school and a new job. But with that being said, one of her good friends is taking over her art position at her former school in Broward County. And this is what makes me think about it, is she is leaving the state to go care for her ill mom. But because it is virtual, she's able to continue teaching the kids in Broward County from where she is now taking care of her mom. So it's pretty interesting.
Why would you need to leave the state if you're doing things virtually?
She left the state to take care of her mom.
Yeah.
But the county is keeping her hired as a teacher
Oh, because it's virtual.
because it's virtual, so she can still teach and be with the kids and do what she needs to do as a teacher and not have to be here anymore. So it kind of opened up an equal leveling field now to bring in other teachers who don't physically have to go into the classroom, people that couldn't, maybe for whatever physical disabilities or other things. I think we might have more teachers coming forward. I'm just thinking that out loud as I tell you this.
It's funny, you're going to need more teachers coming forward, and then when this is over, then you're going to have to decide what to do with them.
But
It's
think
gonna
how
be
interesting that concept is now.
Yeah. Now, I got a couple of other questions going on, because this is like a day of
I
celebration.
feel like we haven't had a conversation in
Well, we haven't in
very
3
long.
days.
I haven't talked to you in forever.
Well, we're celebrating Vinny's graduation, so we're going to point that out. So we don't have anybody in here going to school. Oh, you're still going to school, right? When are you going back to school?
I think classes are supposed to start next week, but I don't actually know. I only have one class left. And to my knowledge, it's online.
FAU?
Mhm.
So they haven't told you what they're doing yet?
I'm sure they've told us through the grapevine of emails, but the emails are so confusing to me that
You don't
there's-
read them.
Well, I try to read some of them. I saw an email that said if you're doing an internship, it could count towards this one class, which is the last class I have, or you can start doing an internship that could potentially count, or there's classes online. There's some classes on campus that they're trying to figure out what's online versus on campus, because I think labs and stuff like that you can't do online. So I don't know. I have an appointment on Monday virtually with my advisor to clarify things up because I'm confused.
It's funny. I had to do an evaluation for Mia. I can't find the evaluation form in my email, so I'm hoping FAU
I
handshake.
saw it.
Did you delete it, Teddy? Remember that thing we talked about yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I get 7,000 emails a day.
It was on the
7,000.
cafe.
No,
Oh, that
it's,
wasn't my fault. I didn't do the cafe one.
No, it was on the cafe
That
email. I
wasn't
know
my
it wasn't
fault.
your
There's
fault.
a cafe email? Yeah.
There's a cafe email. We've got a lot of emails, so I try and guide things to go strategically speaking. Business goes to my aunt.
no, I'm going to tell you, the
cafe
problem
goes to
is
the
not that I
cafe.
deleted it. The problem is that she didn't open it. That's what the problem is. Because I sent her emails. Did you see this? Oh, no, I didn't. It's
FAU
been there for 3
handshake.
days.
Please send me the evaluation. I might have missed the deadline from me. I'm sure if they need it, they will send it to me again. Yeah,
I might have done that.
that's why I can't find it. That's the questionable finger pause.
All right. Okay, so no school. I mean, one class, no school, graduated, and this guy,
He graduated.
he graduated. So nobody's going to go after their PhD or master's or anything like that?
God, no.
No.
God,
No,
no.
they-
No? Or you just
Not
finished?
right
You're going
now.
for your PhD?
I just graduated FAU this spring with a Bachelor of Arts degree, and I'm planning to get a job in video production, doing this kind of stuff, and then eventually go for my master's.
Wow, very
Well,
nice.
It's interesting because master's now is going to have to be done virtually as well.
Yes.
And the master's program that you went through, there was a lot of reading and writing, wasn't there?
That would be school, yes.
Not school. In the master's program is a scholar of thought.
Yes.
Don't be a wise guy.
Yes, I had to write a thesis.
All right, it's not
yes.
It's not E equals MC
No, I
squared.
had to
Isn't
write a
your
thesis, correct.
Oh, duh. So when you write your thesis, it has to be something no one's ever written before.
Correct.
It has to be genuine thought.
Genuine thought.
Genuine, right? It's got to be something of another planet.
No, it has to come from your brain. Well,
My
my
sister-
brain would be from another planet, yes.
My sister has 2 masters. I don't understand
really?
how. Yeah, I don't know how, because I help her write the theses.
And that's theses would be where we start and drop
Why
that
are
into
roller
that
skate wheels
conversation.
round?
Because theses is not a word except in Freddie vernacular.
Of course, it's a word.
No, it's plural and singular all at the same time.
It's just thesis. Yeah.
It's a
She
thesis.
wrote 2. Isn't
Yeah,
it
it's just
thesis?
she
Isn't
wrote
it
2
plural
theses.
theses?
She wrote
She
two
wrote two
theses.
thesis.
So it's 2 theses, not 2 theses.
It's like having 2 fish. It's not fishes.
It's not fishes, it's fish.
It is a school of fishes.
That'd be your original
So why do
school
they
thought.
say he swims with the fishes?
He doesn't? He swims with the fish.
Not
That's
in Brooklyn.
Italian
Not in
vernacular.
Brooklyn.
I was
In Brooklyn,
gonna
he
say,
swims
I
with the
love
fishes.
Fishes. So that's just
that's not up to
that's
my
the broken.
That's not a word either, fishes?
I've always heard fishes. I've always
Thank
heard
you.
Fishes, so
Thank you. And you going to school, so I'm with you. All these other, they forgot in school.
That'd be rain.
So, are we going to talk any? Yes. See, even God agrees, fishes.
a
So,
lot,
are we
right?
going to talk the latest and the greatest of what's going on?
We actually had someone sent us, Lady Ann sent us 2 schools of thought for conversation today. Did you see them?
No.
I actually sent one of them to Vinny because apparently someone's driver's license got renewed and her picture is an empty chair. Because whoever took the picture and the last time this woman had her driver's license taken saved the empty chair picture. So when they renewed it, again, no forward thinking, they sent her driver's license with an empty chair. So this has become a whole meme around the country of the empty chair driver's license. So she goes to work and her boss says the empty chair, goes, wow, I thought that was you sitting right there. And there was no chair. So I sent it to Vinny to see what we can do as a Florida driver's license empty chair meme for the Brooklyn Cafe show.
Is that even legal?
Is what legal? To make a
To
meme?
have an empty chair on your
we do
driver's
that?
license?
No.
No, 100% not.
Not at all. Imagine
I think we
going
did
through
that at the same
security
time.
and you send an empty chair to when you go on the airplane.
We're together,
This is me.
Kayla.
Well,
This is
my
what I got.
my conspiracy theorists are already saying it's a conspiracy.
An empty chair.
Yes, it's Attack of the Invisible People.
So she sends me this, and Slick, Natalia says to me, "So how far in advance do you and Freddie plan your topics?"
There is the empty chair.
And there would be the empty chair thought, and I thought very professionally the night before, and I said, "Actually, we don't even talk before we go on air. We just go." And she laughed. That's why you are able to do what you do. I said, "We have no conversation of thought before we even see each other in the morning."
But the funny thing is that life in itself is funny.
Yeah.
If you watch Seinfeld, and now is that the way you pronounce his name, Seinfeld?
Yes.
It's not
Seinfeld. Yeah.
Steinfeld, it's Seinfeld.
Yeah, there's no
Okay.
T in it. Yes.
Okay. Well, with fishes, I mean, what can I tell you? So you ever watch Seinfeld? He did all his humor based on current events in his life.
Sure.
Like I'm sitting in the parking lot, and I'm watching El Slicko come out of the building. And I'm parked in front of the door.
Because I didn't
If
see
I
you.
go 6 inches more, I hit him in the knees, right? With my bumper. And I'm watching him come out. He's looking right at me, and he walks to his car.
You didn't
So-
see him drive up?
I did not see him. Like literally, when I got out of my car, I'm like, "Where did you come from?"
He goes, "You're the invisible man."
He's
I'm
the
standing in
invisible
front of
man.
him. I'm all
I
in
didn't see
black,
him.
right, with my black mask, and I have my bag. I got my dad bag, and I'm looking at him, and he said, "I go, what's up?" He goes, "I didn't see you. Were you standing there all the time? I've been looking at you for the last 3 minutes."
That's hilarious.
It's like life.
But we would be remiss if we did not at least acknowledge, we don't have to make a comment, acknowledge that there is a female
Here we
black
go. There we
running
go.
mate on the Biden ticket. Kamala Harris. And we can drop it at that. But
No,
yeah,
we
at
don't
least
need
have
to drop it.
we
That's
at
what I
least
wanted
have
to talk about
acknowledge
today.
it. Well, we would have,
You know, yesterday we had a
Kamala Harris, sorry.
whatever.
Not Pamela.
Harris is fine.
Kamala.
Doesn't matter.
Kamala or Camilla?
Camilla.
Camilla.
Kamala.
I heard it's
K.
Camilla.
K? K.
Kamala. Kamala?
For the record,
I heard it's
don't know.
Camilla Harris. But this
I
is really.
Camilla would be ILL, but it's Kamala. It's Kamala.
it's Kamala
Kamala
Harris.
Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Well,
Fishes,
today
Kamala.
It's
is.
Yeah.
a
Kamala.
landmark history. I gotta tell you.
Did I say C again?
Val pointed at her name that's spelled Kala and said, "See a C." Sorry, I had to put that out there.
And you laugh at me. I think you need the finger one. The funny
It's a
thing, the
shareable
funny
finger.
thing about picking her as a running mate, number one, you shouldn't like your vice president more than your president. That's number one. And I like her a whole lot better than I like the other guy. All right, that's number one. Number two, she did everything but call Biden a racist during the debates. And it's really funny that you will pick inside your family. And I know why he picked her. I know why he picked her. And being a woman is one of the reasons.
Well, you knew he was going to pick a female. That was never even under debate.
But why would you pick somebody you debated against, is my question.
'Cause there were a
That's
lot
the
of women
looming
that were
question.
running.
That's the looming question, yeah.
What do you think, Slick?
Me, I just feel like, he just made a smart move. And
He's
picked
just
her.
playing the game, right?
Yeah, he made a smart move and picked
Safe?
Kamala Harris. Because, what is it? In the beginning, I didn't know who he was going to pick, who he favored, because he never wanted to put that out there.
Well, she's kind of already been vetted by the public, right?
Correct.
There's already, I'm sure.
Stop using words that you're hearing on the news. She ain't been vetted by no public.
I didn't hear that on the news. I don't
That's
watch
what
the news.
everybody's saying.
Really?
Yes. She's been vetted by the public. She's been this and this and this and this and that. But that isn't the point. It's a very interesting political ploy. If
Are you
Biden.
telling me not to share my opinion?
No, I'm just saying that you are voicing
I didn't watch the news,
something that someone else is
though. And I
telling.
haven't seen the news.
Have you ever heard Dawn use the word she's been vetted? Have you ever heard that? You have?
Yeah.
When?
She talks about, I'm not going to say who, but I've heard her say it about other hosts.
You vet people.
What do we do? What do you think we do with our interns?
Oh, yeah.
We vet
I
them?
definitely got vetted.
Sorry.
Anyway,
Anyway, that would be Freddie's idea of an
If-
apology. We'll keep going.
if Biden hides himself in the basement with whoever he's running, he'll win the election.
What do you mean if he hides himself in the
If he
basement?
just keeps his mouth shut.
Ah.
If he starts saying Hispanics are and blacks are, if he stops doing that, he'll walk into the White House because the guy, the bumbling Indian that is there now, can't get out of his own way. I mean, he signs executive orders that make no sense. He says the children are immune to stuff.
But besides all of this, this is landmark because we can potentially have a woman in the White House in a higher seat of authority, second in command now, in the next couple months.
Okay.
At some point, she could actually be the big chief.
Right, because the old chief probably would.
I'm just saying this is huge, right?
Then I would say I don't know about that.
The politics aside, just for women, ladies,
Yeah. I don't
You think she's
there's-
strong enough to be president?
I don't know enough about her. I
Yeah.
didn't really go after like.
She ain't no
following her
Hillary, I can tell you
specifically.
that.
I'm gonna keep my opinion.
but what
about
do you
that
just
to
think
myself.
about the potential of a woman being in the White House in that capacity?
I
A
think
woman,
it's-
forget parties.
Yeah, I think it's amazing.
it's
and I think
groundbreaking.
yeah, and I think it's especially amazing that she is a woman of color. And I do know that, the small bits I know about her was that she was super for, obviously, the fighting the racial inequality and trying to level the playing field of what a lot of people were doing.
Right.
And I think it's a huge step forward, especially in the climate that we're in now. And I think it's smart of him to choose her that was against him, because now she had one whole half of the party that doesn't like him. He had the whole half of the party that didn't like her. With the two of them together, he's forcing everyone to vote for his side. So instead of the party being split into individuals and independents, they're all for him.
But then why didn't he pick the Bird? Because him and the Bird were going against
There were
each
a
other.
lot
Sure.
of people that
What Bird?
had
Who's the-
very, very against Bernie Sanders.
Sanders.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. They had to have a woman.
Yeah.
You see, but this is the
Yeah, he
problem.
had
I
to.
don't want to have a person because they're a woman or a man. I want the best candidate.
But there
Yeah,
were
but-
a lot of people who were so against Bernie Sanders
Yeah.
that they would not vote for him just so that Bernie Sanders wasn't in position.
Yep.
Correct.
Whereas I personally haven't heard of anyone who's that against Kamala Harris.
Because she's been vetted. No,
Correct.
because Pamela Harris.
Also, is
Do
Bernie.
you know
but-
she was
really
on the
or no?
she was
ran
on the Senate committee. First of all, she's only the second black woman in the Senate, which is pretty remarkable in itself. She's the one that gave a hard time to the guy that the president picked for the Supreme Court.
Yes.
I saw that interview yesterday. Kind of like that. I like that fire, but I don't know if she's tough enough. I know personally, Donald Trump is not tough enough to be a leader. I know that. He's a wise business guy because the way he does is through confusion. I get his tactic. I do. I really understand it. It's the same thing Ronald Reagan did, but he didn't have Ronald Reagan's style. I get it. So let's move them aside. But do you believe that there wasn't a better candidate as a female black? Now, she happens to be Jamaican and Indian. Okay?
Because you're going to get the minority vote,
But are you? I'm Latino. I don't know if I would vote for
but you're
her.
not a woman.
Or you're going to get the minority female vote. That's not what you said.
You're going to get I think she's going to, I can't tell you everyone, but I think she's got a better chance of getting the female vote and the minority female vote versus who we currently have in office.
Well,
Like Teddy says, I think they weighed their averages on. You want people to vote, you want women to vote, you want Hispanic women to vote. A Hispanic woman may potentially have a higher possibility of voting for a woman, an African American, a Jamaican woman, I should say, in office than who's currently there.
But
you
are
got
you-
you got 50, two choices. Who
but
would
are you
put your
technically
allegiance to?
voting for her? Because Biden's the guy
People
you're
will
supposed to be.
technically vote
I don't know about that.
for her
But also,
as a
not
ticket.
not to put aside, and again, I don't know much about her, but to be in the position she was in, she was in the Senate. She has to be highly educated. She has to have a lot of background. She has to have good knowledge of this. So I'm sure it's also based on like her merits and her backgrounds and all that.
Right.
And then you combine that with all of the I can't talk. She's a woman of color, then it all blends together.
I think it's interesting, an interesting choice. I think he weighed his options and
Definitely picked the right choice.
You think?
Yeah, because I felt like he made a smart move.
what's your mom think?
What is it? My mom's happy about him. I'm like, Mom, he definitely made a smart move. If you really look at it, because I don't know who else he could have picked besides. I don't know who he was talking to, but that Kamala Harris choice. That's a smart move on Biden's point of view.
And it probably wasn't Biden, it was probably his committee. However,
Correct.
it was, Vinny, what do you think?
I'd probably go with the enemy of my enemy is a friend type of scenario.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Now, are you gonna
Closer.
vote?
Mm-hmm.
Slick, are you gonna vote?
Of course.
You guys gonna vote?
Yeah.
Were you gonna vote before he made his selection?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What was it?
I think Biden wins in a landslide.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's interesting though. It
I think
changes.
that the Republicans are gonna lose the Senate.
What year was Geraldine Ferrara?
Ugh, I remember that.
I know that, but what year was that? It was in the 70s. So you think it's been
72, I think.
That's what I think. It's been that many years again to have a female on the presidential ticket.
Well,
that,
you know
that
what
in
changed?
itself is tremendous.
What changed everything was the chick from Alaska,
Yes, Sarah Palin.
Palin.
Yeah.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah.
But what I don't understand is what about some of the bozos of clowns that we have running into the presidency and then they didn't change anything on behalf of them? Still have bozos of clowns in there.
Because it's men or men.
I just want you to know, be very careful what you wish for, because the country has been hit by about 700 different issues at one time, and I think that what's going to end up happening here is that the Dems are going to win the Senate. I really see that. They're going to win the House. I really see that it's going to be across the board. And the changing in the guard is going to be Republicans had a chance to do something, and you dropped the ball. So now they're going to give it back to the Dems. And if it takes the woman to sort of make all this work, there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't want to think that the leaders of this country are based on because she's a man or a female. I want the best leader.
Agreed.
Now, do you think she's strong enough to carry the country? Because Biden is what, 80 years old? I mean, this guy is, he's up there.
His
long
wife's
too.
pretty powerful too, though.
Who?
Jill Biden, Dr. Biden. She's
And?
pretty powerful.
What does that have to do with anything?
Really?
Oh, so she's running the country? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm
Is
not
this
saying
like,
she's running the country, but
that's what you just said.
she's a factor. You can't dismiss the fact that a spouse, either side, is a factor in everything in business.
So Michelle Obama ran the country?
I
Not,
didn't say that either, but she was a
But
leading
she did have
factor.
a huge impact.
A leading
on
force.
A lot of
I would have
country.
picked Michelle Obama as my running mate.
Me too.
I
love
bet you
Michelle
I bet
Obama.
you I walk into the White House right now if
She
she was
was
a
a
running
leading
mate.
force. I think your spouse, for a man in business, I think your partner, man or woman, but if you're talking the man-woman situation, huge impact.
All right, so then I got the question of the day. You ready? Did Biden pick her because if he picks anybody else, they outshine him? Like, he can't pick Michelle Obama because you want her more over him.
Yeah.
You shouldn't like your vice president more than you like your president. And right now, I like her better than I like him.
Well, I don't think Michelle Obama, she's Michelle Obama, but I don't think she held office. I don't think politically, besides being First Lady, she had been vetted to all of these situations.
So you say Michelle Obama is not vetted? Michelle Obama ran the country.
But differently.
When you give us the low road, we go the high road. Are you kidding me? Michelle Obama would have
Emotionally,
made,
yes.
but
Politically, I don't
But you
know.
don't think this is an emotional pick?
I think they had to, like Slick said, I think they had to cover all the bases. They had to have someone who has been in power, someone who has made decisions, someone you can look at her track record officially, not unofficially,
Michelle
and say
Obama has no track record.
she doesn't have the official. She has incredible things she did for our country.
She has no political running. Where did Obama come from? Wasn't he like in the government for 4 years before he won the presidency? They don't even know where he was born and all this controversy, all this BS.
I
that they
don't
got.
like all this controversy people do with all this, by the way. I don't really think
Well, it's the nature of the beast right now.
It's nasty, and it's not nice.
No, but
Like,
Oh, I'm
it's
sorry.
like
Politics
dirt.
should be nice.
Yeah.
I don't think what they're doing is nice. I don't think people come out with all this hate.
They
Just
do
to
it every
hate is right.
presidency, too.
Correct.
Val?
Do you guys realize?
All this hate that's going on last night, it's ridiculous. I mean, what do you
Nice.
think?
They're just trying to dig up dirt.
Of course, that's what politics is.
It's messy.
You are
Yes,
handing
it is.
over the reins to the most powerful country on the planet. I mean, think about this. There are dictators in place for 30 years that don't give it up. There are world powers, the Roman Empire, kings and queens and savages to stay in power. In this country, you have to give the reins over because the people have spoken. Okay? Nowhere in the world has a republic, I'm not talking about democracy, I'm
Caesar.
talking about republic, has been this long in the history of mankind. So you're talking about a major, major deal here. You're talking about we're not going to be nice to each other because I want you to vote for me.
I think that's the worst part of it all.
Trump should have been more intelligent. Instead of attacking her, but this is what I'm saying. He keeps opening his mouth. Instead of attacking her, you should have done what Pence did.
I'm not even saying politics. We're going to have to go to commercial break so we can change the subject. Otherwise, there's no clean transition on this one.
But
so I'm
today
giving
is
Val a
political
chance to go
day.
do this.
Political. It's
It's
the history.
It's not just Trump. It's not just those in the higher levels that are being unkind. It's people in general. It's what they're saying in social media. It's how
Correct.
people are acting with their friends. It's just not nice behavior. And if you want to recover as a nation and you want to support and you want to give hope and all these things that we should do and continue on as the nation that we are, the fact that two people can't even, as you guys say, agree to disagree or be nice to each other.
Correct. There's no like agree to disagree. It's kind of like I feel like me getting back on Twitter is kind of like more of the fans or like the people behind that certain person that's just stirring up the pot until like something blows up into on an interview, and then they're like, oh, you hear what he and C said, or do you agree on what is it Biden said? Do you agree on what Trump says? What's going on with Kamala Harris? It's kind of like you get lost in translation because of the people behind the face, even though they didn't say anything. But it's a lot of emotion.
Guilty by
stirring.
association.
Correct.
What was it you were saying? There was a haters thing situation.
Oh yeah, there. What is it? Since we are talking about, we can come back from break on that. But like, since we are talking about haters, I
We'll
do
come back
have
from
like,
break
Let's
on
talk
that.
about haters.
yeah.
You good?
You shouldn't listen to your
Good.
haters, guys.
It's the haters. I really can't. There's so much hate going on.
I'm
that
telling
it's
you.
So wrong.
Is there an advantage to being a hater?
I don't think so.
All publicity is good publicity.
You think
Oh,
so?
I think so, and I think that there's a good amount of people who are haters on everyone, that when they actually support someone, because so many people follow the bullying and the hate that they put out towards everyone else, once they start to say something positive about someone, people are more inclined to listen to them because they think
Interesting.
they're telling the truth.
Like
the whole
internet
time.
trolls.
Your ex-partner once told me that
What? That he likes being a hater?
bad attention is just as good as good attention.
Bad
as long as
attention
the
is more
attention-
effective than good attention.
He told me that the
because-
first time I met him.
Because it isn't about attention, it's about are people talking about you.
They're talking about us. With your finger.
Pull my finger.
We're going to go to commercial break. Give us a call, 888-994-4995. Studio A, let's congratulate Vincenzo, my cousin Vinny,
My
whatever we're
cousin
going to call
Vinny
him.
in the house.
Vinny in the house. It is graduation day, virtual graduation day for FAU. So stay tuned. Give us a call, and we'll be right back.
Spotlight your business, ideas, and events through our Brooklyn Cafe TV channel on Apple TV. Contact us at 888-224-5422 for more information. Let the whole town, even the whole country, know your message with a click of a button. Together, we inspire creativity.
Introducing Black Tie Liquors, your one-stop shop for wine and spirit needs. Whether you're looking for an ice-cold pack of summer brews or just to grab your favorite bottle of scotch whiskey, Black Tie Liquors has you covered. Come choose from a wide selection of beers, wines, spirits, or liqueurs. Or if you're in the mood, feel free to grab one of our fresh cigars. Stop by Black Tie Liquors today, located on 5970 South Jog Road, Lake Worth, Florida. Or give them a call at 561-968-0988.
Mark Dane's paintings are custom designed specifically for your space. Each design will not only illuminate your space, but will also function as a truly unique light painting. Each piece is handcrafted using various dichroic glass shapes mounted at precise angles on a metal or wood panel. A specific integrated light source strikes the glass shapes to produce a combination of highly saturated colors. The light paintings can be customized to any shape, practically any size, and in any color combination. They can be configured to produce in excess of 5,000 lumens and may be placed on a table, a pedestal, in a niche, or hang on the wall. Come to the gallery at the theater and talk to Mark about placing a piece of his art in your home.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
I gotta switch hands, and we're back.
How you like that?
This is cute. Where'd you get this? This glows in the dark?
Oh, it might.
Yeah,
It might hear that thunder. That's insane.
it's pointing north.
Uh,
So okay, so
Slick
we,
has a little situation.
yeah, we were talking about Slick's situation.
Slick, what
What's going
happened?
on?
So basically, I don't know if everybody has heard of it, but it's something that's happening in basketball. You know, everybody's in the bubble right now, so everybody's coming in virtually. But basically, Mr. Damian Lillard from the Portland Trail Blazers was being harassed by some other. I forgot the team. I think no, it's the Clippers. Yeah, he was being harassed by two Clippers players saying that you're not good. Da 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 da. They was just talking mad trash about him. So for the next 2 days after, I think this happened on Sunday. For the next 2 days, Damian Lillard dropped a total of 90 points.
Against
and
who?
won
Does that
both
team?
games. Yesterday he dropped 61 on the Mavericks.
But why are they hating on him?
Because they think he's all hype. They think he's too arrogant. But Damian Lillard's a very humble point guard, and he's kind of like, even though he's a basketball player, I always think point guards are always short. He's like 6'3", but he's like the shortest guy on the court, and then they feel like he's just all arrogance. So he used the fuel that his haters gave him. And
Well, he used to play for the San Antonio Spurs and led them to a championship, didn't he?
no, Damian
He
Lillard-
didn't. Toronto.
No. Damian Lillard was Portland Trail Blazers, but he was kind of overshadowed because of Stephen Curry because he was on the Western Conference.
Okay.
But he's been really stacking up his points to the point that he has 11 games. He's tied with Allen Iverson with 11 games with 50 points in him. I didn't even know that until I had actually looked it up myself. But Damian Lillard really used the fuel of his haters to blaze a trail for the Portland Trail Blazers to actually gain a playoff spot.
Now, talking about violence in sports, I saw some headbutting
That was
going on
nasty.
by the MVP
I
from the Milwaukee Bucks.
That was nuts.
I mean, the guy clearly
And they're
lost
all
his
still
cool.
in this bubble.
That
Yeah.
was
And
that
he
was a-
headbutted the other player. He got ejected immediately. He headbutted a guy in basketball. Really? I mean, what is this, the WWF? And did you see the hand-me-downs that they gave the Oakland Athletics and the Houston Astros for the brawl? The brawl among brawls.
See that?
They gave
see
the
that.
manager 40-game suspension. His season's done.
Yikes.
So the playoffs are what? Next week they start?
I think so.
Basketball?
Everybody's having one more game until the playoffs.
I don't even know how this is working.
It seems
Yeah.
to be working though.
Seems to be working fine.
It seems to be working.
Have you seen
But-
the game? It looks like college basketball.
I feel like
It's weird, right?
No, I don't know about college basketball, but I feel like the fact that they're in the bubble, it kind of reminds me of weird high school games because there's only a certain amount of people in there, and
Yeah.
I feel like the talent is more concentrated now.
Well,
as
now they
in
have to play,
They
right?
have to play. They're not feeding off fans. They're only feeding off cameras, and I don't even know who's reacting when they're playing.
Do you
besides
guys watch
them.
sports? Do you watch sports? Does
Yeah,
anybody
I
watch
I
sports?
watch the highlights in sports because I always miss out because of work.
I know
late
Dawn
night.
doesn't watch sports because she
What?
thinks the
I don't
free
even
throw
watch a
lines in
whole lot.
hockey.
I didn't watch a whole lot of TV.
Do you ladies watch sports at all?
I watch football and hockey.
Well,
Does
you heard that
NASCAR
the
count?
Big 8 and the Pac-12 or whatever
10.
it is, whatever, they're not playing.
Yeah.
So I hear, but next week nobody in college is going to play.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing.
It's interesting.
I
mean,
still don't know how the
everything is
NFL is going to
unbelievable.
pull this thing off.
I don't think they will.
Maybe they're not.
They're gonna lose a lot, but I don't think they will.
I think they got to go back. I think they're going to have to be in the bubble. I think it's like the only way to do it. Otherwise, people are not playing. They're all taking the years
But
off.
you can't
because
do
you
that
can't
in the
infect
NFL.
I'm just saying, I don't know how they're going to do it safely and then go back to their family and
True.
do their life and then go back into this, as Benny calls it, a collision sport.
Yeah.
You're in each other's faces.
'Cause it's
You're
like-
So you're
sweating,
gonna play.
breathing,
You're gonna play football from the middle of the day to midnight, and you're gonna have teams just circulate. Let me see,
But it's
12 to
six-
4, 12 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6.
I don't know how
6
they're
to
gonna
8.
do it, but
you can put 5 games at night.
I don't think it can be the way it is now. People are not going to put their family's health in jeopardy to go
Not at
play
all.
a game, potentially get exposed, get back on an airplane, go back home, go someplace else. It's too many variables. Look how we've sort of locked down our own bubble here. There's about 6 of us on lockdown every day, Monday through Friday.
You know, it's really funny, but I feel safer here
Than
than
anywhere
going
else.
home. Because I don't know what's going on at home, you know. And then
true.
that walks into hot, like Chuck, they work in hot zones,
Yep.
and they get tested every week or every 2 weeks, whatever's going on right now. But, you know, the game is, I heard set a new record for deaths yesterday. in
I know, but we
Florida.
keep everyone in our bubble, socially distanced. We're in a large space here, and everyone's virtual.
Did you hear the latest? They want people to stop wearing the surgical masks because now they're in
I've
short
not heard
supply
that.
for surgery. You hear
I
that?
got to tell you though, when I was
thought they
wearing
told
those
us.
surgical masks, they made me feel really, my allergies were terrible. I don't know what they're made out of, something about it. I like the cotton mask a whole lot better. And I can wash it every day and it dries overnight. I want to get more. I should actually call her.
I got a message about my mask that changes colors if virus is detected. They told me to shut up
What?
because they said I don't know what I'm talking about.
Who would say that to you? Well, a lot
company,
of people say things
the
to
company that I did some work with a few years ago. I wrote to them and said, "Do you think they're pharmaceutical?"
you. You know why they told you that? Because
they
they're
wanted
probably
to-
making it right now.
They told me to shut up.
They're probably making it right now. I know. Pharmaceutical company, that's all I can tell you.
That's what I figured. So I said, "Okay," but it's a great idea. See, if I'm president, every American will get a mask that changes color if the virus is detected. So if you vote for me, and it's a write-in vote, let me ask. You're supposed to get signatures, and you have to do all sorts of things to become a candidate, just to become a candidate in public office to be the president of the United States. There's all sorts of rules and regulations, right?
Yeah, you have to fill out a whole paperwork
Everything.
to get your name on the ballot. Yeah.
So suppose I go on social media and I become a sensation and I get 10,000 followers across the board, or 50,000 followers, whatever, something ridiculous. And they write my name in to the ballot. You know, they have to write in, you can write in. Would I win legally?
Like, there's like 14,000 people every election year who vote for Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck.
Mickey Mouse and
There's
Donald
also
Duck.
up somewhere in the Midwest, I forgot what state it was. There's the mayor of a town is legally a golden retriever dog because everyone wrote his name into the ballot. And he drives around and he's the mayor of the town. That's all.
But can you imagine if we ever had a write-in president? Now, I'm not saying Mickey Mouse, though that would be kind of funny. But think about that. Anybody could win.
Anybody can win, isn't that?
Are you gonna run? Are you gonna be the vice president? We have to make the announcement today. It's Friday. The announcement.
You're gonna have to pick your running mate. Do, 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 do.
You see, now I have to scratch my
pressure's
head.
on.
Here.
You gotta scratch your head and go,
I have
things
to
you
do a
think
Biden.
about
Let me
is what
let
it
me
is.
think about. The problem is you shouldn't love your vice president more than your president. If I pick Dawn, you know what's gonna happen. And she's a kid.
I gotta tell you though, I have that mail-in ballot. I have to send it in. I gotta get that in for tomorrow. Every night I say I'm gonna fill it out, and then I never do. I gotta do that.
I'm just gonna go vote.
Are you? It's interesting. I don't even know what they're doing with polling places because my polling place is a senior living facility.
No, they're gonna take him out of there.
So I'm thinking, where are they gonna go?
The schools are empty.
That's what I'm thinking. Because there's a brand new school across the street from my house, Verde Elementary. They tore it down, and they built a K-8. It was supposed to open this school year. It is, from the outside, spectacular. So that might be maybe the new polling place because all of the things over by Regents Park, all those polling places, they're all adult centers. I can't imagine those are going to be open for people to walk in and vote.
You know, they have where you take the testings, right? The Palm
Yeah.
Beaches. So instead of just getting tested, you just do those things and you go in and you vote.
Excuse me?
You vote. You get tested
Wait,
and
what do you
vote at
mean
the
you
same
go in
time.
and get tested and vote?
At the same time.
I mean, you get swabbed
Yeah, you get swabbed and then you vote.
in the same place?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So
Why do you have
Kill
to
two
have such a
birds?
big
That's what
deal
she-
where you vote? What's the big deal?
It's not a big deal, except if you've got a senior living facility like where Linda works. Can you imagine opening up that to the public for people
I
to
don't
come in
want to
and
vote there.
But that's where my polling place is. One of those places.
I just told you they're taking him out of there.
So where are they going?
They're
And
going to
don't
go
you
to to where you go get your
But don't
swabs.
you think they need to let people know soon because voting day
Why?
is next
You
week?
either go or you don't go.
Where do you go?
They're
Wherever
better
they tell you
off
to go.
just moving the polling place.
That's all. You can come here and vote.
They just gotta let you know where to go, though. That's my
They
point.
will. 24
By
hours.
when?
By 24 hours before you do.
That's my question. By when are they going to
Is
do
it a big
this?
deal that you're going to learn tomorrow where you have to go vote? What's the big deal?
The only big deal I can see is if you're an essential worker, it kind of matters because I know when I voted, like last time we had the elections, I was at work that day and I had to tell my managers, like, hey, this is where my voting location is, this is how long it takes me to get here, and I had to request a certain amount of time off from that like work day so I could go there, vote, and come back.
Okay,
So
but
if all-
nothing's changed.
She's very
Well, nothing's changed, but if I had to go farther, if my voting location was a different amount of time away, if I ran out of time, you get docked money. Like, you know, you're
Most of the
late to
time,
your
the
shift.
voting locations are within the
She's
vicinity
very
that you
logical,
live.
that
Is it?
Teddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
If
I mean,
I-
that's how it's always been for me.
If you vote for me,
I have a
election
different one
day
every
will
year.
be a pay vacation.
I have a different one every year. 'cause I
Who's
So it
paying
doesn't
it?
matter. What?
Who's paying
college.
it?
If you vote for me
You're going to
and
change
you
it?
work for somebody, I'm making it a pay vacation. In other words, everybody's off. The whole country is off on the date that you vote.
That would be a
And you
nice
get
thing
paid.
to do.
That would
And you
be-
get paid.
More
How you
people
like
will
me
probably
now?
vote then.
And it doesn't matter where you go. Now, if you don't vote and bring me that little piece of paper they give you, I'm not talking about the button. The little piece of paper says I voted, signed off by somebody, and I'm going to have to come up with something that can't be
It's
copied.
just the primaries are next week. The regular election's not until November. And
Yeah, but primaries don't mean nothing.
Really?
Yeah,
They usually
because
close schools on those days, on election days, because most voting
oh, I'm
happens
sorry.
in schools.
The primaries means you're going to write down who you're gonna vote for in November. That would be Trump and Biden. Why do we even need
Because
primaries?
there's a whole lot of other people on the list. You've got judges.
Change them
you've
all.
got-
Change them all. Change them all.
He's going to set up.
For,
Take 'em all out.
No pun intended. Yeah.
Oh, for no pun intended, that's coming up at 10 o'clock.
What time is it?
10 to 10.
You know, I just wanted to announce Amy's show yesterday was pretty good.
It was great. Her numbers were amazing. The Art of Amy Rashevsky, the show yesterday, her
Oh.
following, the presentation of it.
Very nice touch.
Better than last time.
Very
Oh,
nice.
that's
Amy,
great.
I know you're watching. Congratulations. I thought that was the best day that I knew you.
You know, and every time I went back on and looked, she had more and more views on that show,
That sounds
It was
amazing.
solid. It was really solid.
Yeah,
right?
it's great.
Also, I know that we have Dignity Memorial this afternoon, and I saw the commercial on television for the first time.
Oh,
you?
really? I
This
didn't know
morning.
they ran on TV.
I've
Wait,
never
what
seen
ran on
it
TV?
this morning.
Dignity.
And I would like to get my
Oh,
hands on that commercial because I'm going to tell you, it's pretty freaking good.
That's awesome.
Now, he got to be on Caregiver Solutions Info with Marsha Teal yesterday. And Marsha says, yeah, I met him when you were doing your funeral thing, my funeral thing. And they did a nice job there.
Nice.
So that was kind of cool.
So much of what we get to do is networking.
But what I'm really excited about, you guys don't know, is that we have a secret surprise interview this afternoon.
Ah.
You know who it is.
Yes, I do.
You better know who it is because you're the one that set it up.
What?
Secret surprise.
Now I'm not so sure. Is it what we talked about yesterday?
The two?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought there was something else.
No, I think it's pretty cool.
It's awesomely cool, and I sent new logos over to your email this morning so we can upload them for today. Did you delete them?
No, I have them.
What's that look for?
I'm thinking, should we let the cat out of the bag? Because somebody's going to tune in if they don't know.
Absolutely, we've got a lot going on our 12 o'clock show. We've got Dignity Memorial, Southeast Florida, and Slick. They are talking about what today?
Oh, for no
The
pun.
webinars.
The webinars, they are talking about free scatterings and free online seminars, and you can save up to 30%. So free online seminars and free scatterings, guys. So contact Dignity Memorial.
Dignity Memorial.
After-
Dignity Memorial,
And do
Southeast
you know,
Florida.
you know how many deaths there's been in the country, right? Over virus, whatever.
And
Just
just in
deaths.
general.
And I heard yesterday Dignity Memorial has said it's a shame that nobody's taking advantage of saving money with just the planning.
Pre-need.
Yeah.
Pre-planning,
What they're
yeah.
doing is, they're burying people and everything else, but they're paying top dollar because, number one, if you die of a virus, the way they handle the body, cremations and things of that nature, and it's become very strung out. And it's interesting because I want to talk to Wayne. I heard it yesterday on that show. I was shocked as to
Interesting.
what's going. People not taking advantage of the fact that you should do what Slick is talking about now, and get that whole thing out of the way. And the anguish is coming. It's on top of everything else that's going on. But then after that, we have a special surprise.
After Vinny's graduation,
We have our ambassadors.
We have our ambassadors, our Kids Television Network ambassadors. They are airing tomorrow night on a new day and time on WNN Radio at 7 o'clock, and they kick off our weekend. And we've got a new Veggie Vero and Jade. They're going to be joining us on Friday's show to kick off our Saturday. And Bree and Allie, amazing young ladies. They ran that show yesterday.
Like clockwork. I got to actually see it and did it in 2 takes.
He was so
Did they
excited.
really?
In 2 takes. And I was trying to slow them down, and they said, nope, we're going to walk this through. And they actually, her house is gorgeous. So now they got a 100-foot cable. I says, let's move the set around. So she goes, well, it's over there. We'll move it. She got all sorts of places that she could do. She has a theater. She has everything.
Yeah,
Really?
Ethan, you talk about when people are
wait to see
coachable
it.
in production. She ran her Ethernet cable. She got a 100-foot cable to go from her router room, because she has a router room,
Good.
all the way to the kids' playroom. That kids' playroom, man, amazing.
And when you plug the Ethernet into the right port, which she did yesterday, it looks like glass. It is a high def, because she has a high def system in her house. So she has like multiple boxes. She didn't know where to plug it in. So we did it yesterday.
Oh,
and
my
looked really
blister
nice.
just popped. Remember the woman
Okay, enough. I don't need to hear that.
Sorry.
Lord have
I
mercy.
didn't mean to do that.
But our
Crying
ambassadors will
blister.
be here announcing about watching the Kids Network on the weekend, watching their show tomorrow, and listening to it on the Beasley Radio Network, which I'm excited about. They also did a promo for the Kids Network, and we're going to be working on commercial next. I'm going to piece that together, put it together. But don't miss it. You're going to have...
But here's what I have to say about these kids, and kids in general, the kids that we work with. If you ask them, they bring it. When you bring it forward and you say, this is what we need to do, they do it. Same thing with the little dancer we had on that film last Friday, when you see what she brought.
Yes.
And the treats. And that new film footage is on your email as well. We're going to download that and get that ready for Saturday. And maybe we can take an excerpt. There should be a promo piece in it also that we're going to air on Friday. But I got to tell you, these kids are powerful. And, you know, they're all young ladies is all I can say. What are you laughing at?
I'm not going to say nothing. I'm laughing at some of the comments that are coming on the feed.
Yeah, why?
Because Amy says that it's natural to attack in politics, and she's going to cream Pence. Okay.
She's going to what?
Cream Pence.
I don't know what that means.
They're going to debate. You know, the vice president's debate, too.
Oh, okay.
And I think they're going to
Cream
be in
pants?
Utah. Cream Pence.
Oh, sorry, your English
No,
is so
not-
very
not
sexy.
cream
I didn't
pants.
get that either.
I thought she was wearing
I was just nodding.
vanilla colored pants. And I'm like, huh? Is that something I've never heard of?
Yeah,
I couldn't even understand
Cream
what
pants.
he was saying.
So sorry.
This is the state of affairs at the Brooklyn Cafe.
Yes.
How
This
come,
is what we do
how
with
come
politics.
Slick understood me?
I didn't know. I didn't.
Hard pass.
Hard pass, guys.
Hard
Hard pass,
pass.
guys.
All right, everyone, tune in. We've got, no pun intended, with Vinny. I don't know what he's talking about today, but he's setting up his studio.
Correct.
Do you
is
know
it?
what he's talking
He
about?
He briefed me on I don't know. You guys got to tune in to watch out. But he briefed me on his subject. But his subject matter is, I forgot. I really forgot. I have to ask him. But tune in to no pun intended.
And we've
It's
got
gonna be a good
music
show.
therapy with Lenny Marine today, and potentially Spotlight, putting some pieces together.
Oh no, this is what he's brushing up on. A Airbnb blockbuster. Like there's one in There's only one in the United States in Portland, or no, Oregon.
Airbnb?
Yeah, they're Airbnb-ing a blockbuster, so you can go in and watch some old movies in an actual blockbuster. Before.
Airbnb, a blockbuster store?
Yes.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Airbnb, what
Either
the
you
hell?
can bring
You
your
sleep in
sleeping
it?
bags.
No, you can do it for a lot of places where you just rent it for the day. I don't know this exact one, but I know Airbnb, you can rent a movie theater for a day with Airbnb. You can rent little ranch areas. And I'm sure you go in and like said, you can watch a movie and it's if it's the one I'm thinking of, it's the oldest, only still standing blockbuster.
Get a
in the country.
nostalgia.
It's the only one left. I
Yeah.
know that part. But Airbnb is kind of
Correct.
That's kind of unique. I
You
got to
get it like a
into
nostalgia, yeah. But you tune into.
That is really, really
And
cool.
And I've heard a lot of the Walmarts are going to be doing drive-in free movie
I've been hearing that
theaters.
for a month now.
I think they're starting, I want to say either October or November,
I've been hearing for a month
but it's not October or November yet.
of next year.
Pumpkin flavor should be coming out soon, and once pumpkin flavor comes out, you know we're in fall.
It's all over.
That's
Yes, pumpkin
Florida.
spice.
They
Hey,
should do, yes.
did you hear real quick? TikTok, right? The president wants to get rid of them. You heard what the Yankees did? Signed a $10 million contract with them yesterday. So much.
I heard Microsoft is still trying to buy them.
Microsoft is trying to
Yeah,
buy them, but now that the
Microsoft.
Yankees just put in $10 million into them, hello. So they're gonna have Yankee ball players doing TikToking.
You should do a TikTok baseball player thing.
What?
Huh?
No, they said they're not supposed to use TikTok.
Every time you say huh, do you think of Val?
Yeah. Val is that hun girl.
We got the best crew ever.
right.
Stay tuned. Have a great morning, everyone. Tune in at Media Productions. No pun intended, no pun included. With Vinny, I'm not sure what he's even talking about. We got music therapy coming up with Lenny Marine. Potentially another show. And then there he is at 12 o'clock, Brooklyn Cafe. Virtual graduation. Have a great morning, everyone. Be kind to each other.
See you this afternoon. Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.
In the cold and sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna save her. Your moons and craters. Open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche. Helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an avalanche, like an avalanche. I listen for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors, just a ray of